You're a good backer-upper, Paul. I am impressed. I'm not going to lie.
I mean,
you can hear on the backup one when I yelled for you, I'm like, hey, do you want me to let it drift or should I just let it, or do you want me to get on the brake? And you're like, just let it go.
don't touch that brake.
I need to clean my stack, Charles. I still got some, Paul. I still got some stuff on it, I think, from a Gordyville smoke tube right up there around the top.
Mm-hmm.
So I need to clean that up a little bit.
No, we maybe should have moved one weight back.
Yep.
But that's, other than that, straight run. And that was,
yeah, no, I'm happy. I know where I need to be now. I'll probably have one more pass with these tires and then get to figure out another set of tires. So
hey, why not?
That's what we do. But yes, I was just a tad bit heavy on the nose.
Yeah. And Shorefighty maybe needed a weight forward or two.
But I'll tell you right now, to finish 6th out of that class, I was tickled pink.
Oh, yeah. That was tough competition. The best was when Hartman's moved all the way to the right, and he goes, this may be dumb, but he said, I've seen Don Masterson do it before. He said, why can't I?
Yep. He goes, I'm either going to be a hero or a zero.
And he turned out to be the hero. Wells got him just a little bit, but he put 20 feet on first place by moving it to the right.
Yeah, because we went, from that point, we went from 307 to 327.
Yep.
Which Hartman was it? Was it Brad or was it Andrew?
Brad, I believe it was.
That sounds like a Brad thing to do and say.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was Brad.
Over there for Andrew.
So here's the backward view. This is kind of fun. So I bought this Rexing dash cam. This is what Zolik told me to buy. So it records both sides at once. It's kind of cool. So I always kind of want to watch a sled operator, make sure they're not back there pounding on the brakes or something. You know what I mean? So, Right, Charles?
Yeah. Who did you? I forget. Were you behind Logan that night, or did you have
with
Brandon?
Brandon. Okay. I wouldn't trust that Logan guy.
Yeah, he pounded on him.
He's sketchy.
He's sketchy.
Shifty eyes.
I swear I had that roll cage cleaner that day. I promise you guys.
Well, that little rain shower didn't help us.
Everybody had cleaner stuff when they got there Saturday than when they left.
Yeah, that is a dusty place. So.
Yes.
Hurry, I can hear him. Bull!
I'm like, Paul!
Do I keep it or do I touch the brakes? Hell no, you don't touch the brakes.
No, we were chatting because you were concerned about stuff. I'll do what I'm told.
Go straight, go fast.
Allegedly.
Stop it, Roos. Hey, Brad, if I could broadcast live from Facebook, I would. And if you guys figure that out, I will do it. I'm not lying.
It's been done.
Has it?
Yes, it has. Jake Korth. Jake
Hello,
Forth
Box.
duct taped his phone to his roll cage, pointed it forward, and went live on Facebook. It was the coolest thing.
He duct taped the phone.
He literally duct taped his. Yeah, he didn't have a bracket for it, so he just said, "Screw it."
I'll throw a little duct tape on the remedy. Do that. I'm not afraid.
200
I
mile an
think
hour
we could
tape.
probably do better than that.
You think?
I hope so.
I think if I were you, I would talk to John Mears, because at one point in time, Ram mounts
Yes.
were a sponsor of the PPL, and they're the ones who put cameras in race cars.
Ram mounts.
Mm-hmm.
Ram, RAM.
Okay.
Yep.
They're like the industry standard or the industry leader.
Yes, they're very good mounts.
They make good products.
Guys, welcome everybody to another edition of Let's Grow Pulling. Our fabulous panel of guests. It's short tonight, the Hollywood Squares, but hey, you get what you get, and you don't throw a fit because you don't pay for this. The Outlaws Truck and Tractor Pulling Association pays for this because they're the fine sponsor of Let's Grow Pulling every Monday night, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. It is 9 o'clock at Charles's house, and Charles and I decided we're going for 1 hour tonight because we're all tired. So we're gonna stay on task. We do not have any guests lined up, but you know, hey,
Crew show.
the crew show. So the great Jer sat in the trailer with me Saturday a little bit. So if you're just joining us, every Monday night we do this. It's Let's Grow Pulling. Typically we have a guest. Typically we wait till kind of after the weekend to see what's going on, and we just decided today we have a little chat between all of us hoodlums, I like to call us, and of course Charles, the one we treat with respect.
I don't know why.
To just kind of wing it a little bit. I think it's because you're handsome and you're well-spoken, Charles. None of us can say that. Paul's pretty. Ryan's well-spoken. I try real hard, but none of us have the full package like you do, Charles. So,
Then why am I the only one who's single?
because you haven't found the perfect one yet.
Okay. I'll go with
God has a plan, Charles. She's going to have a top fuel funny car. Okay, that's all I'm going to say. And lots of
Holy
money.
shit. Wait for that.
Well, let's be realistic. She's going to have a real fast car.
I guarantee that.
Mm-hmm.
We played with the GoPro with
Charles
app
knows
on
what
the
I'm
phone. I
talking
think.
about.
I do.
Yeah, I'm going to figure out this live thing this weekend, boys. Jeff Buller there, Jeff Booher, I don't know how to say your name, but Jeff messaged me on Facebook today. He was looking for a pull in Iowa, so I invited him to Spencer. He lives 2 hours south.
Jeff, where are you? Put it in the comments.
I have to check the inbox, Roos, but he told me he's 2 hours south. Adam Wilson, I'm fine. Only drove back and forth all weekend. Left track at 1 a.m. Saturday morning. Got home at 3. Back at the track. I told Adam you could stay in the trailer. I flat out told him that. So I'm not sure.
You picked the right move, Adam. You did the right thing.
He's in Carroll, Iowa. Jeff is. Roos.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so Mid-South. Yeah, so if there was some October stuff for Mid-South, I would come down. I was checking the schedule today. Maybe October 2nd. We'll just check that out a little bit. But you guys, I'm eager to go running. So if anybody has any 401 hooks in October, November, please let us know. Roos, I talked to the Diesels and Dark Corners guys, Ryan Merritt and that gang.
Yeah.
Paul was with me. They came over to our merchandise stand.
Yep.
And they're talking about having a big light pro class. And that makes more sense, to be honest, just because of the proximity to the light pro population compared to limited pros. But I'm going to beg and plead to run my tractor at 8,500 pounds with those guys. And I'm thinking I can sneak my way in some way. I don't know. But I'm not afraid to go to 85 and stick her in the big hole. I mean, I'll get my butt kicked, but I want to pull at Diesels and Dark Corners. So,
did they bring
they brought like
William
14. They brought like 14 2.6 trucks from that dirt. What is it? Dirt down south, dirty diesel, dirty down. What is it, Paul?
down South Diesel, I think. Did they bring that burgundy Power Stroke?
Yes.
Yeah, that was
They
there.
have the girl driving it?
No.
Oh,
I don't believe so.
that would make sense. For some reason, I think I heard that she was, I don't know, she might have been pregnant when she was driving in November.
that a 6'4" body style one? I think I got a photo of it somewhere.
I think so.
Yeah, they made the finals.
Yeah,
Friday.
you better.
Yes, they did.
Look out if she's ever driving. She will mean mug you like nobody's business. Oh, I got the greatest mean mug shot of her looking just as she's going past. You know, don't mind me, just watching.
Adam says yes, it's a 6'4".
Okay.
Mike says, may I ask a stupid question? Mike, you can do whatever you want. We'll decide if I put it on the screen or not. So that's how this works, Mike.
Stupid questions. We are that. This is bring them. I mean, this is your panel.
We are your people.
Anyone pulling at the Canfield? That must be Canfield Fair this weekend. That's Ohio or PA, right, Charles?
Ohio, yeah.
Okay.
East side, Ohio.
Instead of widening the front wheels, why couldn't you tuck the front wheels in and widen the rear?
Oh, you mean on a truck? Is that what he's meaning?
Yeah, which class?
I'm guessing truck. And I've seen them do that. They have different stances, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, the Pro 2.6 guys would really do it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so that's happening, Mike. I'm not going to the Remembrance Pool in Windsor, Colorado, Marty, but we have been promoting it. They sent us some nice pictures of that. Yeah, Mike says truck. Yeah, Mike, we've seen it done in I've seen it in the four-wheel drive truck classes already.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Hey, Marty, if you're involved with that show, I got a guy in Wisconsin who would really like to come announce that with you. Reach out to him. His name's Chris Clark.
I have.
They've been talking to each other about doing that.
Yeah. I worked that show in Highland with him, and we talked a little bit, and he was thinking that might be a really nice little getaway that might be very needed in his life.
Yeah, they reached out to me, and I gave those guys Chris's number.
Good.
Anybody's going to Canfield Fair, type it in the comments if you're a puller, if you're a fan. I'm going to be in Ridgeland Saturday night with Colin Burkholtz. I'm going to roll down the hillside if I do it properly. What's that, Roos?
Isn't Ridgeland on Sunday?
That's Sunday. God, yeah, it always screws me up. So the one stack Mac is going to go back to a two stack KWW9 this weekend. And the air conditioning is going to get fixed. So my air conditioning quit working on the way to Shides. So, and fat guys sweat easy, and that's all I'm going to say.
It's a bad weekend, and I'll have AC.
I sucked it up Charles.
Well,
also,
when you roll
Charles
in at
comes over.
3:30, it's not a big deal.
Yeah, Charles comes over, Roos, about 2 in the afternoon, between sessions on Saturday. I'm like, hey, dude, you want to come in the trailer from the air conditioning? He goes, Schultz, I've been in the air conditioning announcing all day, and I'm like,
yeah.
You can just go away.
Smile.
That's why Leroy is such a badass. He worked way harder than I did, and he didn't have any AC, and I got to be over there and freeze.
Yeah, it shows that you feel really bad about it.
Yeah, I feel terrible.
Okay, so Jeremy says from the big city of Richland, thanks, guys. I'm not sure which big city of Richland that is, Jeremy, but if you could let us know. Did you guys see I posted an Alaska tractor pulling video about an hour ago?
What? No.
Somebody, I got to pull it up. So somebody legitimately sent us a video from Alaska, and you want to talk about a backdrop that this is not a Photoshop, guys. It's flipping awesome. I can't make this up, guys. Roos is looking at me like I just sold him crack. So
I'm waiting to see it.
Just give me a second, buddy. You know I'm really prepared when it comes to this stuff.
Show it to us.
Show it to us. Yeah, it came through on our inbox to the Beer Money page last night.
That's cool.
Nice.
Pretty neat. Check this out, dudes. Look at that background.
Oh, God.
Wow.
Holy crap.
Wait, he gets out here about 100 feet or so. I don't think this is a pro stock class up in Alaska, but it's still tractor pulling in Alaska, guys.
It counts.
We could do a heck of a.
Look at that. Look at that. Can you imagine shooting there, Roots?
No, I cannot even.
That's Alaska, you guys. And you can look on the sled. It says It says Alaska something here. Once he gets to the end, you can see it on the sled. So there's no permafrost.
Man.
You know, I watch Gold Rush. There's no permafrost. I'm sharing my knowledge.
Jesse Post, I do hope you're watching this.
Look at that right there. It says Alaska. Yep. Antique Power Club of Alaska.
Power Club of Alaska.
That's
150 feet or 150 meters, but I think it's 150 feet. So.
We're happy if we get scenery that has like a water tower or a grain elevator, and they get that.
Yeah, pretty neat.
Wow. Yeah, that's cool.
Did you guys see I posted an Alaska tractor? I had to shut myself up there on the other screen. Sorry.
Oh.
The great Cody Vanderholm joined us. He's a late arriver to Hollywood Squares here tonight on Let's Grow Pulling Live. So thank you, Cody. So.
Yeah, I had a couple phone calls to finish up. Just got home, actually.
Nice. Welcome. Okay, Marty, they are covering Puller Motels, no cover fee for pits and GA. I don't know. We need more. We need more, Marty. Tell us more. Need to put into pull at Murfreesboro, Tennessee this winter or at Lexington Kentucky Horse Park would be too good. Yeah, they don't run 4-1s there, but either one of those. Otherwise, I would.
Murfreesboro's a good time.
Jeremy Grimer, Iowa. Okay, so Richland, Iowa's checking in tonight. I've heard of Richland, Iowa. Crack kills. Thank you, Audrey. Sounds like a road trip. So it sounds like Eric Pruitt wants to go to Alaska.
Yeah, Eric, they won't handle the mod up there very well.
Get two in the air.
Take a light limited, though.
Yeah. Is that lady okay that the wheel won't ever go to? So she is sore. Her husband messaged me tonight. She's home. Nothing's broken, but she's very sore, so she's going to be home from work a little bit. She can't walk yet. So
Good deal.
they're super nice people. They live in Bowling Green, Indiana, and they came to the pull. I talked to them earlier that afternoon, and they came up to Paul and I when we were at the scales, actually.
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah, so they're doing fine, Robert.
Good deal.
Alaska would be awesome, Kevin. Bring the Mini. Bring the Purple Mini. Kevin brought the Purple Mini down to Diesels and Dark Corners last year. So when's everyone going, Megan? That'd be fun. Mr. Garth Brooks, hater Paul Romack.
It's this guy.
General admission, no entry fee for spectators. Where at, Marty? That's what we need to know. That must be the Colorado one, guys?
Yeah, I think that's a Colorado show.
Okay. I got some posters. If somebody wants to talk for a little bit, I'll go look for those posters for that show.
Charles, tell us about drag racing.
Cool shit. That's what that was.
Drag racers really hate it when the track temps are 140 degrees. It's tough to get down the asphalt that hot.
100.
Yeah.
We're getting a little squirrely.
There was a lot of driving out the side windows for 2 days. But despite that, somehow Johnny Gilbert reached down into his magic tuning files and reset the Pro Street Truck Class trap speed record on, I think he did it on Saturday morning at 158 plus to the 8th mile in a 4,400-pound truck.
That's impressive. Nice work, Johnny.
Yeah, that was pretty good. Fire Punk guys managed to get in one moonshot where they got within, I think, 1,500 of the class record, but it was only once.
And they already set the record, didn't they? Or do they not have it anymore?
No, they lowered it twice last month in Tennessee, and I think when we get to Florida in September, it'll get dropped again because in Florida we race at night, on purpose because it's so hot down there. Yeah, all in all, it was a good weekend. Good turnout. I was a little surprised. I kind of figured ET would be like UCC where there'd be 60 trucks in it. I think we had about 30 or 2. So that was a little bit surprising. But really the best racing wound up being the rounds of ET and 770 Index, where the deeper we went, we started getting the points guys actually having to race each other before the final in some cases. And in ET bracket, actually, first round, the number 1 and number 3 guys waited for each other and raced each other round 1 on purpose. And we had round 1 buybacks, so Nick lost to Ryan. Nick Morris lost to Ryan Riddle, had to buy back in, and they wound up meeting again in the semifinal.
Nice.
So it was cool. It was a fun weekend despite all the heat. I know we had, I think, at least 2 ambulances on the property. One stayed by us by the tower at all times, and I know they got called out on several people being overheated. You know, it would happen about once an hour, and it's not cool. It's tough. You got to stay hydrated, but all in all, it was a good drag race, safe drag race. Really, with all the heat, not too much major carnage. About the worst of it was Maddie G cracking the transmission housing on her dragster. What a good driver she's turning out to be for a 17-year-old girl. She's got it figured out, man. She's fearless.
That is who is I know her dad, don't I?
Yeah, Mike Graves. Yeah.
Yeah, Holly Rock, right?
Holly Rock, yeah. Mike, that whole family is just awesome people. Just can never say enough good about those guys.
That's awesome. I'm glad they finally gotten that dragster out. I know that one's been a long time coming.
Yeah, she licensed the car last year, and it was just a big tease, you know. And then finally in May for Outlaw Diesel Revenge, they were out, and they've been at every race since.
Awesome. Was Artie there? Art Open?
No, I did not see him.
Boo.
No. He's got. I don't want to talk out of turn. I don't know what he's got going on, but I know at home, personal life wise, he's got a lot on his plate. So he's only made a couple races this year.
Yeah. Although I think being at the track is like for all of us to a certain degree very calming for him.
Yeah, it's good medicine to get away and be surrounded by your friends and family. That's for sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
it was nice too to be able to sneak away from the drag strip. We would get done an early enough hour, decent enough hour. I could go watch the night sessions over on the pull track. I probably between the 2 night sessions, about the only thing I didn't stay for was Friday night after they had the disaster, frankly, with the 3.0 trucks on the east side track early. They moved them to the very end of the show on the west side track, and we had a 9:15 drivers meeting Saturday morning. I'm like, I cannot stay for this. I've got to go get some sleep. So I didn't stay for it. But probably story of the event there really was CW Cartmel, most hated, early in the class on that east side track, bouncing so bad and breaking the drawbar right out of the truck. Well, thankfully, by pushing that class to the end of this program, he had time to fix it. Comes back when they restart the class Friday night late and wins the darn thing. That was pretty cool. I'm sorry I missed that, but
he didn't rip the drawbar off. I mean, he literally ripped the hitch, the mount, the frame rails.
Everything came out. Everything came out,
and that was none of his own doing. I mean, he was trying to get through that hole like everybody was, and it was just not great.
Did I hear where was that hole at like 260? Is that about where it was?
Yes.
Yeah. And that's where I've got photos of Cartmel, with it ripped out. And it was, I think, 3 trucks later, Tim Tuttle, that was the one that ended it, that maroon truck where the rear axle came out, 18 inches out of the dirt, and the skid pan on the second hop lifted that high out of the dirt, where Logan's like, nope, we are not doing this. We're going to kill somebody. We are stopping right now.
And I talked to Dan Scheid Sunday morning, and they redug the track Saturday morning. They got all that new dirt mixed in better, Charles.
Yeah.
And the track was much better Saturday night. So
it was. It showed. It was.
Yep, they ripped it, and it looked a lot better. It was a little wavy at the start, but the trucks and everybody seemed to get through it a lot better.
Yeah, we watched the hot farms before us, and they did a nice job. I didn't really catch the diesel trucks in front of us because we were scaling and different things like that. But I didn't really hear them hopping real bad. So you can kind of tell by the RPMs if they're really jamming. So.
No, 2.6 guys were pretty smooth on that side. The west side, it had the center of the track had a hole in it at about 270, and then on the right had a mountain going over it, and it wouldn't really unsettle the trucks too much. Just if you tried to drive through them, it wasn't working, which is why on Saturday night you saw so many runs over on the left side, whereas Friday night they were riding the right chalk line. And that hole developed late in the evening on Friday night, and they just never quite got it put back. But I mean, that's just how pulling goes, though.
Well, the one thing that I know they added a lot of clay, like 65 loads of clay in there after last year's track, and the track this year held together a lot better. Last year, you'd see the pro stocks coming down there. I'll never forget Rob Russell coming down there, and just he got off to the right side. He was on the drag strip side of the track, the west track, and just exploded that track underneath his tires, and it didn't do that this year to anybody that I'm aware of.
No.
That's going to be a hell of a track, though. When it has a couple winters and it can settle in, and
Oh yeah.
it's got good bones, as I like to say, kind of like the Iowa State Fair track too. So
To go all day Friday like it did, I mean, yeah, they had the issues with the bumpiness, but to go all day Friday through all that sun, all that heat,
Yep.
and never get a cloud of dust run out of it ever. I mean, yeah, you're right. The bones are there.
okay,
Do they seed that track in the off season? They run some rye in there or anything?
I don't believe they did.
No,
I don't know. I got there Saturday at 3:30 in the morning. They'd already pulled. I didn't see it get dug up. So, all right, boys, I'm going to play the video, and this is not to make fun of anybody. We're not making point and blame. We're not nothing, but we're showing a video of the tire coming off Mickey Shorter's tractor Saturday night in the pro stock class. Like I called Roos on the way home from Indiana, and I cannot believe I happened to go live. Like I literally just got out of my fire suit and kind of was walking back to the stands and sat down. I'm like, oh, I got to go live for the pro stocks and super stock diesel trucks. Our fans will love it. So Mickey's obviously heading towards the left line, and somebody commented on YouTube today that doesn't that guy know he has brakes? And initially, I'm always kind of like a little pissed when I hear stuff like that. I'm like, do you know how many times Mickey Shorter's been down the track? But then I realized the average fan doesn't understand the torque and the horsepower of a pro stock. And I've been on the line before where you can pound on the brake as much as you want. And there's times that tractor don't want to come back.
Nope.
And instead of hammering on that right brake and then get your tractor twisted and having the sun come up and pop and you try to tip it over, Mickey did the right thing.
He backed up.
I didn't realize there was wheel tethers on like Indy cars and stuff like that. And we're not going to get into all that, but I do want to show the video because it is out there. This was taken, Mackenzie, who actually works for me now, does our merchandise for us and all of our social media, helping me with it. All the shares, trying to keep up with stuff. She took this video and I just downloaded it tonight. So you can see, watch the tire, watch the fans scatter. Nobody was on the barriers, but Leroy did a good job of announcing right there and saying, hey, this is why we don't let you sit on the barriers. But that tire, and again, not making fun of the promoter or Lucas Oil for having those banners. Every event I've ever been to has got the banners laid up against the concrete barriers. But if I'm a promoter, I'm watching this and saying, hey, what would happen if a tire came off at my event? That's really all I want to say. And if it happened at Richland Center, it would go in the damn crowd. I'm just going to tell you right now. And I, am a part of that event here, or used to be in the past. So, but here we go. Now, what's cool is you can see the time mark. That ambulance is there in less than 1 minute. And here you'll see Christy come running down the track. Her and John run the PPL. Not sure why the guy in the Bobcat, unless that's Zach, maybe trying to help, just getting out of the way. But here comes the ambulance within like 40 seconds. So. So is that the first time a tires came off a tractor and went to the crowd? I highly doubt it. In today's world, it's going to get more exposure just because of social media and Snapchat and all the stuff like that. Tractor pullings came a long way with safety, and I don't know what to say, guys. It happened. Again, her husband did message me today and said that there's nothing broken, very sore, obviously. What's a tire weigh, Charles, you think on a tractor, 50, 60 pounds?
A big 4-rib like that, an aluminum rim, and it still did have a part of the spindle attached to it. I wouldn't be surprised if that was 80 to 100 pounds, to be honest with
That's
you.
what I was going to say.
And that tire's probably moving, what, 20 mile an hour?
At least.
Probably at least that, if not closer to 30.
Most of those tractors mid-track are up towards the 30 mile an hour range.
You know, we had the rear wheel come off a tractor at Gordyville, right? That
Mhm.
could have been bad, really bad. But that popped the bill. I'm trying to think of all the ones I've seen. Most of the front tires I've seen have came down and they flop over right away or something like that. I've never seen one really roll off like this into the crowd. I don't know. Have you guys ever seen that anywhere?
No, usually they bounce like crazy. And I'm going to say that, I mean, I don't want to, this is going to sound wrong. I don't mean this the way it sounds, but I don't know how else to say it. It was a good thing it wasn't bouncing, because then it's just a ballistic missile and you don't know where it's going.
Yep.
Right. And then, you know, those guys that were standing up there by the barriers, I mean, that guy in the blue shirt, he's just sitting there, you know, he doesn't know which way to go, and I wouldn't know which way to go either. You know, it's just wild watching their faces and watching the people scatter. And I was up about 10 rows into the stands, and I'm thinking, that old tire's coming right at me. And I don't know what you do. I just kept recording because that's what I do, I guess, because I'm a schmuck like that. But whatever. It was a wild ride there. So you can kind of see here as I pause through these. So right here, you know, I don't know if that barrier would have stopped it or not. Or I think it would have probably knocked it back some. It might have still came over, but I think it might take a lot of momentum off because it just hits that just perfect. You guys watch this again. Right? Just boom, right there. Kind of slid up over the top of that and came over there. So.
Yeah, and Adam made a good point there. So those barriers are sitting down on the ground, those concrete barriers, and they've built that track up in between them. So it might be maybe they're setting down too low. With those banners leaning like that, it basically becomes a ramp. And
in the way it was kind of coming at that angle too.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's just very unfortunate, but very fortunate that no one got hurt any worse than they did.
Jerry's saying 100, 120 pounds for a tire. Hootman, Louisville. That's right.
Yeah.
I got that video. So we've seen it happen, guys.
Put it up into the top deck.
I mean, it's a motorsports. Things are going to happen. So.
It is. And that's kind of, you know, a lot of the commentary after one of these deals is, we need to fix this. We need to fix that. We need to make it better. And I do agree with that. But at some point, as a fan, you're at a motorsports event too. You've got to have some self-awareness and self-responsibility too. It'd be no different going to a baseball game. You know, balls and occasionally broken bats hit the stands. I've been at a hockey game, been hit by a puck. You know, somebody ripped a slap shot, goalie got his blocker on it, and it flew and came up over the net and right at me, and I was able to swat it down because I was paying attention. Yeah, it hit my hand and it hurt. But if I hadn't done that, I probably would have taken it in the chest or the face. So, I mean, at some point, you have to have a little bit of self-awareness, too.
Holy crap. Did you see that thing bounce?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What year was this, guys? 5 years ago?
Yeah, it had about 5 years.
Like that.
No, it was before me. So, and I was there first in 17. I think it was 15 or 16.
Yeah.
So, Charles, to your point, when that bounce, it does become a ballistic missile. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, even not to the tractor pull side, but if you go from the truck world too, there was one earlier this year on the dyno that when it blew up, it sent pistons into the stands a couple 100 feet away even.
Yep.
I mean, the guy brought pliers up and picked it up, and it was still smoldering hot when he poured water on the top of the piston. So,
yeah.
And like Charles' point, I mean, it can happen at anything. It's not just tractor pulling, any event, motorsports, any sports in general.
Jeremy Roberts, you're right. It would help, and Mickey's one of the few that pro stocks actually that doesn't have it.
So, like what I have, you mean like the bags and the spindles? That's stronger.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it absorbs some of the shock.
Yeah.
It comes down. It makes for a little softer landing.
In fact, I think Saturday night, out of the 13 pro stocks, were there Buck Eater and Maze's tractor, the only two that didn't have a front suspension.
Yep.
Alan's cooked back.
Yeah,
tire
Alan
jumped
Cook.
apart.
Yeah, I was there for that one, Colin. Another foot higher on the off the pile, and that lady would have. Well, I don't know if she'd be here today.
Let's see here. Here's Cook's deal, guys, with the back tire at Louisville. I don't remember that thing, so it's a good thing an indoor pool. You guys remember that time? Was it one of the Cat Diesel super stock diesel trucks like made a hard left at Louisville?
Yeah,
Yep.
Badly did.
Jeez. That old boy in that plaid shirt just spilled his beer or pooped his pants, one of the two.
There's a really good angle of that cameraman somewhere I've seen. That cameraman hung with it to the point where he's like, okay, now I got to turn.
Yeah.
Oh, but even when he turned, he panned
Yeah.
the camera with him.
Oh, yeah.
That's dedication. That's impressive.
Yeah.
There was another angle of that, and I can't remember where I saw it, but there was a lady directly in the path of that thing, and she was frozen in fear. And had that tire gone another foot and a half up where it hit, that it would have come right over on her.
I'm going to find that Atlee.
Well, yes, Colin, that's because you rev the motor to 65 bajillion RPMs and tried to take it off and shoot it to the moon. I guarantee you he shoots back a comment, guys, that says it was not 65 bajillion, it was 63.
Well, push
Or
down the
something.
pedal harder and it would have been 68.
Yeah, Colton, that thing does Alan Cook's tractor just does not like wheels. Which is weird, given that it's a tractor.
Hi, Lopez.
Ty Lopez. Ty Lopez.
So you guys just closed.
Here's Atlee's video, guys. I found this. That's this on something
you're
with
right.
front end brakes, right? So this fast. Colin Ross has a really good comment. I'm going to put that up in a second. I want to share this quick, guys. It's nice to hear from pullers, and it was nice to see. I mean, if you haven't talked to the Shorters, they're like the nicest freaking people in the world, and they were so
Yes,
concerned.
they are.
They were over there.
They were there in a hurry.
Yep. And I mean, if that would have happened to me, I would have wanted to throw up. So I know what they're feeling like. So yeah, hello friends. After watching this video several times, I must say I was very impressed how everyone handled the situation. The paramedics were on their A game. Like we said, they were there like less than 40 seconds because I think that video, the one that we posted is like a minute 20. I think the tire came off at 40 seconds, and then by minute 20, the ambulance is there. Christian John assessed the situation, did a great job handling it. Also, thought Leroy did a great job addressing the crowd events that happened. We all know pulling isn't perfect. Nice to see everyone handle this. I agree. It couldn't have gone any better than what it did.
Yep.
Just how fast the safety crews were, things like that. Because we've all been to those polls where are the fire extinguishers as the motor burns for 2 minutes and everybody's scrambled around. So
Yeah. No, they did a good job.
The drag strip crew was over at the pulling track for the evening sessions. The ambulance and I think 3 of their little side-by-sides that they used were in that would be southwest corner of the arena the whole evening.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I didn't realize, Charles, how many Wagler. It looked like the drag race crew had different color shirts than the pulling crew, but they all converged.
They were all there.
Yeah, once we were done at the drag strip, everybody. I mean, the guy who was the starter on the drag strip all day Saturday night, he was over there helping unhook on the west track. I mean,
Okay.
all day in that heat. So
6,600 bajillion, Bruce, is the actual answer. So,
Really?
yep. Well, anyway, I just wanted to get that out of the way. Kudos to like what Colin said. I echo his comment. We all do, and we just need to share the video. But if I'm a promoter, take a peek, guys. We got high horsepower machines coming down the thing. None of us want snow fences and chain link fence in front of us, but maybe I don't know. I don't want to start a holy war. I just want to. I feel it's our job to share what's going on in the pulling world, and let you guys decide what to do. But many people have seen the video now, and that's a good thing. It's a good thing. Roos and I talked about it last night on the way home, and
and I will say this: while you don't want to start a holy war, I will say this one thing. When we say get off of the barriers and back up, there's a reason. None of us want to have to play this over a scoreboard to drive home that point. So just know we're not trying to be dicks if we tell fans to move or if we tell pullers to move. If I tell you to move, I'm not trying to be a jerk. I'm not trying to get a better shot. But if I see you in a spot where you could be hurt, that's not good for any of us.
no.
Nope, and never ever turn your back on a live competition vehicle. Just don't do it.
Lord, no.
It had at this spring when I was at Virginia Motorsports Park, there was a kid down on the starting line with a leaf blower on his back, and he was helping to manage the water boxes. And one of the guys came up and went for a burnout, and he turned his back to the car. And the track operations manager is in the next room next to me, gets on the radio and just ripped him a new one. So I don't want you to ever turn your back on a live car again. And same goes with these deals, man. There's plenty of downtime in a pull. You can talk to your buddies, but when a green flag flies, you better be watching.
Yep. It's what you paid the money for in the first place.
Yeah.
You wanted to come watch it.
Cody, did you go anywhere this past weekend, bud?
I did not. I had my cousin's wedding. I figured that was probably pretty important to attend this weekend. So
yeah, first cousin,
second cousin.
Yeah, see, that's where the line can be drawn as a fellow, because I do this to Roos all the time. He's like, "Oh, it's my cousin." I'm like you really like him, or like, is there good cake, or how do you want to do this?
Yeah, we really like him, so I figured we'd better attend that one.
Yeah, I agree. You probably did the right thing.
Yeah.
Especially if you get good Christmas presents out of the deal. So,
yeah, when the reception started at 4:30, I thought, man, it's going to be a long time till midnight. I don't know if I'm going to make it. And needless to say, you get back to the hotel about 2:00, and you wonder how that happened.
Yep. No, we're just glad.
Don't wonder how that happened. We know. We're not stupid.
We're not stupid. We just look stupid. Yeah, we're doing this for an hour tonight, boys. So we got 18 minutes left. Charles, where are you going to be this kind of go the next couple weeks for you? What you got going on in your life?
This weekend I'm back up north at Onaway Speedway, Onaway, Michigan, for the over-the-top diesel shootout. It's the uphill Canadian semi drag racing, but this time it's not federation, so we let pickups hook up, and we'll do some sled pulling on Sunday for street classes and semis. That'll be 2 days of that. And I'm expecting, because the Canadians are still on lockdown, we had 12 of them sneak across the border in the spring. It's going to be a lot more than 12 this time doing it. I guarantee it.
I guarantee they talked and figured out how to sneak across, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
There's this one trail through the woods.
Yeah, no, they will find a way. And then week after that, I believe, is Friday, Saturday to Apple Fest in Napanee, Indiana. So I'll be down there for that deal.
Do we need to move this up an hour for you, Charles? Would that be better for you?
No, it's good, man. You already got a customer base trained. Let's not mess that up.
Yeah, well, it's fun sometimes to go late if we get good guests on, but with us, like a short panel like this, we can keep it tight. Last week was almost 3 hours, and I was wore out. I'm not going to lie. So Adam's going on away with you.
Yep.
Brad says yes. It's hard to stay up that late. I'm with you, buddy. Charles, points races. Any national points races, state level point races you're following that you're kind of jacked up about this year, 2021?
You know, shoot, I wish I'd been on last week because I had actually done some prep regarding that subject, and now there's been some events in between. Paul, there's been some events in between, so I'm kind of, and with being at SDX all weekend, I kind of lost track of what's going on. So I'm actually ill prepared to answer that question.
What?
That's okay.
We caught Charles off guard.
You caught me off guard.
Oh, man.
Well, he was over there. Pulling on the asphalt track, Paul. So
Yeah, I know what's going on with the points races on the drag strip side with the ODSS guys because I was living it all weekend. But
damn right
pulling
you were.
side, I'm a little out of whack now for the pulling side. It'll take me the rest of the week to catch back up.
So Joe Cernak is watching, and he just commented his son is the one, I believe, that got on the remedy. That was Braden. And if you go to the Let's Go Pulling little chat we got, there's a couple pictures in there. But Carter and Braden Gastineau, they got to get on. We just happened to see him, and we were talking to him in the stands. And Braden said, he said, I'd really like to, or it was Braden or Carter. I think it was Carter. Said, I'd really like to sit on a 4-1. And I turned and looked at him. I said, well, I'm going to make your dreams come true tonight. So we took him to the 618 trailer on Friday night, stuck him in the seat, stuck Shore Fighty's helmet on him. And they just talked and wanted to come, and they caught us on Saturday. But here's a drawing that Braden did. Or sorry, not Braden. This was Carter, I believe. But we told him we were going to make him Facebook famous. So Braden and Carter, if you're watching, you are now Facebook famous. I think Jason's trying to find some pictures of you guys.
How did you know that?
Well, because I know what goes on behind the curtain, just like in the Wizard of Oz. But yeah,
you're supposed to be my friend.
Pay attention to that man.
Yeah, no, I'm wise to your ways. But one of the things, like I said, these guys, they saw us with crew shirts on or whatever, and they just struck up a conversation. And I cannot stress to you, people, the fans in attendance, talk to pullers, just, strike up a conversation, say, hey, love your tractor. Hey, how was, ask them anything about it. And your kids can end up out here like this. They can do that. And it was great. The kids loved it. Carter and Braden, they were just on cloud 9, and it worked out great.
I love it. That's what it's all about. Somebody woke up Andy Gerbach, Andy Gerbach, I think, Charles. I think you woke him up.
Yeah, those are two that are going to be huge if they win. And I'm at the same time, I'm psyched for Russell to get this. I was also kind of hoping to see him at SDX, but I know why he wasn't there. He's leading over on the NTPA side, and I hope he gets it.
I think he's got a pretty good lead now, doesn't he?
I believe he does, yeah.
I know Simon has a pretty good chunk in the pros, right? On the Champions Tour side?
Champions Tour side, yes. Simon's out in front by a bit, and probably even more so after this weekend.
Man, he had a monster pass Saturday night. I'm looking for current standings, NTPA.
And he
all
says
the websites are different.
Lead for Russell.
How many? 20?
22.
22.
So, Rob, go fast, don't suck.
We're all counting on you.
Mac Nasty's 374, Daddy's 359. What do they got left? Is it sandwich and something else?
Down and it'll tell you.
I have to scroll over, right, bud? Yeah.
No, it's at the bottom. I think it said 4 to go. I saw it there flash up.
So Canton's 2 hooks, sandwich 2 hooks. Okay. So
Yes.
base, because NTPA is 20. No, NTPA must be 30, 28. How does that work? 30, 29?
Yeah, 30, 29, 28, yeah. Back to 15. After that, you just get show up points.
So that must have been a rain out?
Probably. Well,
Yes.
yeah,
So
Rockwell was a
Toma,
rain out,
Toma,
so
and
yeah,
that
it
was
has to be.
15.
Yeah.
Yeah, those
Everybody
are rain
got
out
show
because
up
it's 15 all the way down. So Rob doesn't have a win. No, he does. He won Brandenburg, it looks like. Yep. Or no, 1, 2, 3, 4. He won Chapel Hill. Okay, that right there.
Yes.
Got to line arrows up a little bit. But look how consistent. There's a second, there's a third, there's a fifth, there's a first, there's a second, rain out, rain out, rain out. Second. Yeah, he's been kind of A-game in it. So. Yeah, because Simons were right there with them, and then they must have chose to go Champions Tour then right after Brandenburg, after Chapel Hill.
Yeah, they've been chasing they were in contention for both, but they started focusing on that
Because
championship.
that was that Toma run right there. Rob had the lead all night, and
Yes.
then I think RJ or Brandon moved the track to the one side of the track, last hook of the night, and
Yep.
bottom of the ninth, 2 outed it and punted. And hit a
Brandon
home run.
took it for the win that night.
Yep.
So, Jerry, yes, I did have one of those stakes on Friday night, which is probably a good thing. And yes,
hold on.
I did get to see Don Masterson at Lions. Don was there. Talked to him as they pulled in. So, yeah, it's good to see him there. I love going with Kevin Masterson and Patrick Gentry, and that's all I'm going to say about that.
Joe says, thanks. Now the kids can go to bed. Way to go, Paul.
There's another one. There was another guy involved in that. Ralphie the Antique guy.
Yes.
Jason, do you even remember him?
At Chides?
Yes.
Ralphie the Antique.
He's one of my auctioneers. You were calling him Ralphie the Antique guy by the end of the night. None of us know why, but Kevin just about fell out of his chair a couple of times.
Oh,
And
Yes. Okay.
think, Jason, think.
No. So I brought those 4 guys back that wanted to do shots with me, and then we drank a bottle of Bullet Bourbon. Bourbon, yeah. And then we went to the campgrounds, and then we came back, and then Kevin and Patrick and the antique guy, they must be really good friends with Kevin because I'm like, you're Kevin something Masterson. You're like a legend. And the other guy kept trying to downplay him. And I said, shut up. You're just a dumb. You're right. I was awesome, Bruce. You would have been proud of me. I was awesome.
you were picking on one of my auctioneers.
Yeah, I was. But I felt like he had a good sense of humor and he could handle it. Okay.
Yeah, he does. He does. He had a blast.
Good.
He couldn't stop going back and forth via Snapchat about it. He had a terrific time. So shout out to Rob Dimmitt. And
That was fun.
when we get and when we get Patrick Gentry on sometime during the off season, I'm going to make sure that that Rob's there and Kevin's there and Don if he's up to it, and get everybody there.
That might be one of the ones Grandview, Indiana's a long way, but that might be one of the ones I might have to just get in the old car once and go for a drive.
I'll road trip with you.
Because that'd be pretty memorable. We're gonna do some crazy stuff this winter, like on location
We
stuff.
may as well.
Yeah.
I keep telling Peter Norton that I want to go out and shoot his truck.
That truck is hot.
Oh,
Isn't that gorgeous?
It's got 2 stacks too.
Yeah, it does.
there's one we need to go talk to, Craig Corzine.
Yep.
He's got some good stuff going on with that tractor. And he's not terribly far from me.
Berg's got a very good lead in the mod class. Yes, he
Yeah,
did.
Brett's been doing really good.
But like to Andy's point, these are some big names, coming back. So it's neat.
Yeah, it's like we could be talking about 1979 here.
Yep.
Or 81 or 84.
Yeah.
Simon's got a 44-point lead. Okay, so PPL's 50, 48, 46, 44. NTPA's 30, 29. And the Outlaws, you get a 2-point bump if you win an Outlaw hook. It goes I think it goes 30 and then 28 for second. So they kind of give you a bump for that win. That's kind of a different way of looking at it. I never knew they did that till I announced at the state fair.
Craig.
Why was Russell toe lifted at Wellington? I don't know, Mike. We're going to find out. Craig says, how about Chase Richardson 2-point lead over Vinny and the Minis with 1 hook to go Friday night in Wasion? Oh, wow. Hey, where is Wasion?
Northwest corner of the state. It's northwest.
How far would that be for me? Because they have Region 2 limited pros.
Gosh, you'd probably be every bit of 6 hours, 7 hours maybe.
Okay, I'm going to do a little Google.
And I hope Ken gets it. I think it could possibly be a mic drop moment for him.
Yep.
And quite honestly, how cool would it be to see Rona react to Ken winning it? I mean,
Yeah.
she is like Pulling's biggest cheerleader, especially when Ken's going down the track and she takes off running.
Yep.
But yeah, if he was to do that, yeah.
Nothing against Chase because he's a cool guy too, but he's got a lot of years left to win one. Ken, let's be honest, Ken doesn't have a lot left, I don't think, or at least not a lot of years that he's going to want to keep doing this.
Yeah, it's a lot of travel
in a mini rod.
Diesel Super is just close, right? Schlabaugh's got like a 4-point lead, I think, on Payne.
Yeah, it's pretty close.
Yeah, that is pretty close.
That's one of our admins, if it says Facebook user, I think,
Mm-hmm.
or one of our editors. I'm starting to learn the StreamYard stuff. Andy does say, yeah. Well, okay, hold on. There's a lot of comments. Sorry, guys. Year of the Legends Tour. That's what I call it. Andy's right. Speaking, he's got his picture with Don Masterson. So.
Yep.
Wasion is close to BG. Did anybody here? Did BG have some gigantic crowds? I mean, I know they put new bleachers in. Was it like, did anybody hear actual attendance numbers?
I never heard numbers, but I heard a lot of people say they had good crowds. It just didn't appear that way because they had so much more seating.
Yeah. Pruitt's calling out Corzine Bologna on that. I like that. A little banter. Really, really good track. That must be Wasion. Has Ken ever... Oh, the Bone Twister's watching. Hail to the Bone Twister. Hail to the Bone Twister. Travis Schlabaugh himself. Travis, I was going to come to Maringo, but Schaefer Oil wanted me and Shy Diesel, and Schaefer Oil pays me more than the Travis Schlabaugh Foundation. So that's why I was not in Maringo. So, just being brutally honest with you, Travis. So
now,
yes,
my dad,
he might have been able to get your air conditioner fixed.
this is true.
Did you even try to stop and get that fixed?
Nope, I just rolled down the window and sucked it up. So.
Figured you probably would.
And I need to talk to the people who designed the roads from Terre Haute to Lyons, Indiana. They all suck. All of them.
There is no good way.
Nope.
No good
So,
way.
I thought I took down a bad way on the way down. No. I took a worse one on the way home. And my rig, there's some corners that it doesn't fit around, and I got to do the old backing up thing. And that's if you are a good truck driver and you knew what you were doing, you still wouldn't have made some of these corners. So
They won't take your call. They're all Amish.
I know the route you took. I took that route too, and
it's called 157,
one of
and
those-
it sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Jared's got a good point here, so I'm going to get a plug.
Has Ken, real quick, has Ken ever won the minis? Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, Maxwell says 20. I got to keep up with the comments. I got to quit talking. So. Wasion is good for everything. That's a good show. Yes, Travis Pruitt says. They sold out the 50 TG. What's that, Craig?
The 50th.
Oh, they sold out the 50th. Okay.
Yeah.
Craig's got fat fingers like I do. I get it. So. Ken won 2019 Grand National. 50th. Thank you, Corzine. Travis says, laugh out loud. Send the money to 1502 Rainbow Drive, Richland Center, Wisconsin. Attention, beer money pulling team. All those checks will be cashed. Ken won. Yeah, everybody's jumping in on the Ken points. Ask Travi about the number one finger going out the gate. Laugh out loud. Travis, did you flip off Corzine when you left Bowling Green?
No, I was telling him he was number one.
So my claim to fame is I was born in the town that Travis Schlabaugh is mayor of, Maringo, Iowa. So that's where I was born, November 9th, 1975, the day of, how would we say this, Paul? A day of awesomeness? The whole world took a pause?
Yeah.
How do I do this?
Ish. It was also the day the Edmund Fitzgerald sunk.
It's also the day.
I'll write down your parade.
Hey, smartass, the Berlin Wall came down on my birthday too, Roos. So it's kind of a big deal.
All right. Well, that helps.
Boy, if the world didn't shift that day in more years than one.
Okay, you should have hit 70 to 231 in Cloverdale. Yeah, thanks for that, Adam Wilson. Appreciate that. You parked. He's like, do you care if I park by your rig? No, there's plenty of room. So huge crowds. Huge crowds at Bowling Green tonight. Too hot during the day at Bowling Green. Yeah, the heat has been something. And I think Travis is saying no comment to the number one thing. I think that's what he's saying.
Craig really wants to post a picture.
Yep. I'm in if Sam's buying. Okay.
So that was regarding Jerry's comment at Thursday. If you get into Nashville on Thursday night, you can go to Kretzer's, which is a little town where Shore Fighty's from, and they have all-you-can-eat crab legs. Jared will be there, and he'll have like bib on and shit running down his shirt. They go nuts over it. It's very good.
All right. I said I wouldn't do it, but I'm sending links right now to Craig Corzine and Travis Schlabaugh.
Let's do it. Let's get it on. This sounds. Hey, we've held it to an hour so far. This is not going to stretch for 3 hours, but yeah.
Have you met Travis?
Well, that's true.
Craig, check your Facebook Messenger. We're not Facebook friends. Did you block me, Craig? I can only have 5,000. That's messing up my life. So check your Facebook Messenger there, Craig. And Travis, yours is coming right now. I know you suck at the internet, so have Allison take your phone and log in. So all you got to do, guys, is click on the link and then type in your name. And let's have a little chat with some big-time Grand National pullers. That's what makes our show fun.
I got to see Travis's Bowling Green ring on Sunday. That was really cool.
Is anybody friends with Corzine? It's a Facebook thing. I can only have 5,000 friends.
Yes, hang on. I'll take care.
Send in a link because my link will go to that. You have to be friends thing.
Hang on, Corzine.
We're not closing at 9. We're staying open late for some Grand National pullers. Bernie, Indiana. That must be IPL.
Mm-hmm.
What are y'all getting ready to start over? Trying to figure it out. Okay, Craig's trying to get the link. That's good.
Oh, Shore
Fighty. He always comes on an hour late.
Hey, I want to quick mention we have a new member of the 618 Motorsports crew. Brett and his wife Morgan had a baby today.
Nice.
So they've got a new little boy. So there's another one of them boys is going to bump their dad Brett Hockstedt out of the seat.
Okay, so Travis pointed to the front of his tractor when he took the lead with the monster pass at Bowling Green. Called his shot at 250 feet. That's awesome. He had a meeting. Didn't you have a kid?
No, that was Brett, not Brent.
Oh, jeez, I can't keep up.
Yeah, there's a big difference, but not much in the names.
What's Kretzer's? Is that a local bar?
Kretzer's, it's a bar in Hoyleton where Shore Fighty's from, and that's the one that has all you can eat crab legs. It is awesome. So, can we pencil you in for Nashville?
I'm coming to Nashville.
Awesome.
So, is there anything that Thursday before at all? Anywhere? Like IPL or anything? I doubt it. Fair season's kind of over.
Yeah, it's getting pretty slim around here.
Yeah. Send that link again. I'm on my phone. It doesn't make a difference. Bruce, did you send him the link?
Planning on making a roadie to Spencer the next night?
Yes.
Okay.
Ryan, did you send a link to Corzine?
Yes.
Okay, Craig, go to your Facebook Messenger.
No, Craig, check your text messages. That'll work just fine.
While we're waiting on them, again, Midwest Region Pro Stock Guys Champions Tour, 17th and 18th. The Holes Hours, track at Holes Hours. Brad has upped the pot, 5,000 to the win on Saturday, 3,000 on Friday, and he's also juiced the pot on all the other classes too. So we'll get some more information on that. But yes, 17th and 18th, Nashville, Illinois. Be there.
Travis is trying to get on. I sent him the link.
Should just click on it and type his name in, and he'll be ready to go.
IPL is at Earl Park, Shipshewana, and LaPorte this weekend. Yeah, they got a big weekend. Okay, here's Corzine.
There he
Greg.
is.
Hey, guys.
Good to see you, buddy.
Hey, good to see you guys. What's going on tonight?
We're just we do this every Monday night. We get together with our friends. We chat a little bit. So.
We want to hear some cool stories, Craig. What do you got?
Oh man, I don't know. We're still hung over from Bowling Green and I wish I could tell you it's from drinking, but it was not. We didn't have time to drink. We were working on that tractor so much. But man, what an outing! I couldn't get enough of it, so I had to go out to Wellington this last weekend and make a run out there Friday night. But man, it's been a heck of a year. And just today, switched the tractor over. I pulled the screw blowers off and put the 14s back on, getting set up to go with the sandwich here in about 10 days, 11 days. So it's been a heck of a year. You guys were talking about Bowling Green, man. You talk about some unbelievable crowds. we were kind of having a good time. Got parked there Wednesday, and people were going out to the campground. They were coming back and like, this place is crazy. Like, these people are ready to go. They are. Everybody came back saying it's like Friday night out there in the campground. Fans were just cranked up, and the crazy thing is the poor Canadian fans couldn't come down. You know, they said they outsold the 2,300 campsites, and they blew out their attendance record from the 50th, and it was all people from around here. It wasn't anybody from Canada hardly to even come down. So, man, it's been an unbelievable year. I'm sure you guys have seen it too everywhere you've been. The fans have just been unbelievable. It's been awesome. Wellington was slammed. I mean, I don't know if any of you guys have been out to Wellington before. You know, that's a long ways out there, out by Cleveland. But, man, it was a packed house there this past Friday night, too. It was a blast. It's been good.
You guys, we have the great Travis Schlabaugh, the mayor of Marengo, Iowa, on the show with us right now. Everybody knows I love a diesel super stock, man, because nobody hates his money more than a diesel super stock puller. Travis, welcome. Welcome to Let the Pulling, sir.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you sound good.
Perfect. It took me a little while, but I figured this out. The wife's out golfing, so I'm on my own.
No, your wife's out drinking, using golfing as an excuse. So.
Well, yeah, that's like me bowling on Thursday nights.
So my dad, if you guys know my dad, my stepmom is Debbie, and she golf week, and there's a tennis ball in the middle of my garage for one night of the week. When Debbie comes home, where to stop the car. So
Nice.
Oh yeah. So Travis, what's it? You're heading in. You and Payne.
What's that?
I said Corzine called you out something about a finger in Bowling Green. Can we talk about this? Or
Craig, you just will get the picture out there. We just will get this done. But Friday afternoon, you know, I had my luck in Napoleon, and we broke a piston in half. And thankfully, the rod stuck in the sleeve. It stayed in there. So we're planning on leaving Napoleon, going and partying all week in Bowling Green. We're going to have a vacation. We leave Napoleon Saturday night, head back to Marengo, Iowa, put another motor together, get back out there. We actually went out Thursday night after the show, just made a little 100-foot test hook. And I mean, the tractor felt good, checked all the pressures, everything was good. So Friday afternoon, I leave the line. This thing is rocking and rolling. We picked the front end, and I'm not kidding you. I blew it out the gate past the flag guy. I don't know where this came from. I've never done it before in my life. I literally, as I'm going by the flagpole, left hand up, pointed number one right out the gate. And as soon as I done it, I was like, oh my God, you cannot do stuff like that. I mean, we are televised. Oh, you know what? But by the time I got off the end of the track, I seriously had myself convinced that nobody's seen that.
Everyone saw it.
Everyone. So I went back and I was explaining this to Dan Blagraves. And then we went back to the pits and whatever and got the tractor ready because we thought we were coming back for a pull-off, blah, blah, blah. Went through all that. Went over and I was told Stan, I said, Stan, I'm really embarrassed about this. I said, I'm not the guy to do that, whatever. I don't know what happened. Stan goes, oh, you mean when you stuck your finger in the air and made a motion towards the front of the tractor? I said, Stan, I was sure that nobody's seen that. Marcus Waddleson's standing there, and he says, you mean like that whole grandstand, right? And then that was the inside joke at Bowling Green from Friday afternoon until Sunday when we left. Yes, so that is what Craig. So Craig sends me a picture of it. Text messaged me a picture like the next day or two. Yeah,
I've got the perfect picture. Still 2 stacks just blowing smoke. He's ripping out the end. The tires are a blur, and he's got the number one in the air. I'm like, yes, nailed it.
That needs to come to Jason Schultz at Beer Mountain Pulling Team so we can get that on the page.
I can make that happen.
I think
the storyline, Travis calls his shot.
if anybody knows Travis, he knows he's the most humble guy out there. That feeling, that emotion that you get once you pull that shield down and you stuff it open. And I haven't had my tractor out for 2 years. And when I won that shootout, and I told Bruce this in McLeod, Kansas Saturday night, I had a smile on my face. If you could have seen under my helmet, at 250 feet, I knew I was gone. And it's a great feeling, and your emotions just kind of take control. You know what I mean? So
The only saving grace I had was I sat in the stands at the end of the night with Danny Dean, and Danny says, "Trav, you'll never remember all the poles that you win, but there always will be the special one that you'll remember." And I'm like, that was one of the special ones.
Yeah.
So Danny gave me a little bit, it's okay. I don't think he gave me the full clear tour of that, but I got a little bit of a free wheel there.
if Danny Dean says it's okay, Travis, I don't care what they say on pull-off.com. It's going to be okay.
That's right.
So,
That's
Good to
right.
go.
That's right.
Well, it was great, and because we were lucky enough to pull off a really good win Friday night also. So I saw Trav up in the stands, and we were talking about it, and I said, "Look, I can't say a word. I'm not going to give you any crap about it because I literally jumped out of the seat and was like, yeah, because man, when Trav's right, when you've had a season that you've had a lot of struggles and you've worked your butt off on the equipment and to go out and bowling and you make that pass where you go sailing past the flag guy and past the leader stick, you're like, oh yeah, and you roll out of it. There is. And then you can hear the crowd over with your helmet still on. Man, there's just no description for how good that feels. And wins are hard to come by. So I enjoy them. I mean, we actually pull off a win. I enjoy it. It's great.
no, I mean, it's and I love the emotion. It's good for the fans. I mean, the fans are why we do this, guys.
Yeah,
Otherwise, we all know it's crazy dumb money we spend on these things to go pulling. You guys are in a different zip code of special window licking, short bus driving special. You diesel super guys traveling. So,
Yeah,
but I love you. I love you.
Sometimes I wonder why I picked this sport, but Barry Moore told me it'd be fun.
He told you it'd be fun.
It's Barry's fault.
Yeah, it's Barry's fault. Hey, I missed it earlier. Did you guys talk about the Light Super Grand National finish?
Oh man,
No, we
I
didn't.
forgot.
Actually.
We haven't talked about Jason
what
yet.
a finish in Wellington!
Holy,
my goodness.
that is amazing. Yeah.
I just happened to be lucky enough to be there watching that deal. You talk about a shootout, man. I'll let Travis tell the story. But man, it's off. It was an
Well,
awesome
Craig, you were there. I was just looking at it. I was watching results online.
Oh, it came down to Hooter and Spielberger. Man, they were shooting out. And you talk about two tractors that made unbelievable runs. I mean, they were the prettiest runs that you can make on a tractor like that. And it came down. I think they had to split it on placings before it was all over. But,
Yeah, it could clear into second place finishes.
Yes.
So they matched on number of wins,
Yes.
and they went down to second places.
Yes.
Yeah,
Correct.
So the black tractor run earlier in the night, and he took the lead there. He ended up fifth. And then I think Kyle Carlin went past him.
Yeah.
Marcus went past him. And then the red tractor passed the black tractor.
Really?
So
Wow, long shot.
But then once the red tractor passed him, then they were tall, and Hoopman hadn't went yet. So Hooter he knew he had to win when he
He had
left
to
the
win.
line.
Yep.
And then he
Oh, man.
laid that out there one. So then they tied for number one finishes, first place finishes. And then they Hoopman and Rex won it on second place finishes.
It was awesome. It was awesome. I mean, it didn't get any better.
Is that Hoopman's second title?
No, I think it's
No,
his first.
I can't answer that.
He's been right up there, real close, but I don't know that he's ever got one.
Yeah.
And for those wondering, yes, it is a Ford motor in that tractor. It's a Forester billet block, and it's not a raised cam or anything. It's built to Ford specs.
Yep.
And that's why, Charles, that's why you're amazing.
There was
a nerd.
questions on that today.
But them guys were down 4 points going into the last one, and to make up 4 points, all that did was make me nervous because I only got a 4-point lead on Rooster, and I got 4 to go. So you guys will have something to talk about the next 2 weeks of how Travis screwed this up.
No, you've been waiting, Trav. Yeah, and that was your first Bowling Green ring, right?
That was my first Bowling Green win and my first Bowling Green ring. Yes.
I would just, with all the success you had, I mean, I saw your Facebook post. I was just shocked that was your first ring, but
Yep.
That's awesome. That's got to be a great feeling. So
Yeah, usually Bowling Green, just me and it did never got along until we did this year, so that was perfect.
okay. No, that's cool. That's cool. Corzine, how many Bowling Green rings do you have?
2. We
Two?
were lucky enough to get it in 2013 with the truck.
Yep.
And let's see, we got a win out there and a third to win the ring. And then the one that I was really proud of was 2016, and I was second hook. But I should back up. The day before, I got 7th, and Jesse Petro got 6th. And so then Saturday night, I was second hook. Only went 280 feet or something, so they decided to change the sled. We had some broken blower studs, drug the thing back to the trailer, and we put blower studs in it, and then figured out we had spun a rear main. So we put main bearings in the thing, had it jacked up, had the pan off of it. Of course, 60 trucks, so we had all kinds of time, right? But we felt like we were a top fuel team. We had the thing tore down and put bearings in it, drug it back around to the track. Ash was close to the end of the class in with her truck, and got my truck drove back up there in time to help her get down the track, and she gated it, and she made it out, and Jesse Petro was out, and I believe Renee Theobald were out, and then so it made me last hook, and I blew it out the end, and we drug it back around, and let's see, I forget where Renee and Jesse were, but anyway, Ash made a monster run. She made a monster run, and so we're just pumped up. I had no idea I was in contention for the ring, not even close. You know, you get 7th place the day before, you're like, we're out of it. It's okay. We're just going to win. And I ended up right behind Ash, so that let Jesse and I tie, and then I had him on footage. And I had no clue until they were dragging me off the track. I'm just unbelievable that, husband and wife, we went 1 and 2 Saturday night at Bowling Green. I'm just ecstatic about it. And they're dragging me off the track over there to the weigh out scale, and Miles Krieger comes running up and tackles me in my truck. He's like, "Man, you got the ring, you got the ring." I was like, "No, I didn't. You get out of here, man." And, he's like, "No, you did." He goes, "You and Jesse tied. You got him on footage." I was like, "No way." So that was like that was like an ultimate, to go for us to go 1-2 and then win the ring also on Saturday night at BG. I mean, it doesn't hardly get any better than that, other than doubling down at Farm Show. That's my highlight of my career, I would say. But yeah, so we've been lucky enough to get a couple of rings out there.
No, that's awesome. I mean, I don't know if there's a bigger accomplishment than a Bowling Green ring.
Yeah.
I know there's a lot of neat things out there, but I just look, especially in the 2-wheel drive truck class, Krieger's like 9,000 of them.
Yes.
So,
Yes. Yeah. And it's tough. I mean, when we went to the mod tractor deal, everything is a little more cut and dried there. It's you need a lot of power. You need a tractor that works really well. Of course, you got to do your job, but things are a little more cut and dried because you don't have the numbers. I mean, my goodness, when there's 50 trucks at Bowling Green, I love to. So you're back at the trailer, and then you're back up at the track, and just anything can happen. And everybody has got really good equipment. But the really, really big thing to me on the 2-wheel drive truck deal is because of that. I mean, it's you got to have great equipment. You've got to knock the setup. I mean, you got to knock it out of the park with the setup and the tune-up and the weights and the tire pressure and. I mean, it's just everything really, really has to be right for the trucks. And Brian McDonald and I were talking just this past weekend at Wellington. It's like, the really frustrating thing about a truck is you can go win Bowling Green one night and have the exact same setup and do the exact same thing the next day and be a 30th place truck. It can just change that much. It's just that tough in that deal. So huge congratulations to Ralph Hunt for winning. I mean, my goodness, that just fantastic story for him to win out there and win the ring and stuff. Just really, really happy for them. So,
no, that's awesome. Well, Craig, I promised everybody a shorter show tonight. So what finishes up your season, and then I'll switch over to Travis, and then we're going to hang this baby up and go to bed because we're all tired from shites. So.
Sure. Ask me that again, man. My phone locked up on you just a little bit. Ask me that again.
What do you got left for the rest of your season?
We're like I was saying, I'm switching the tractor over now back to the mod setup. We got sandwich, and we did not commit to any points runs this year, so we're out of Enderley. But we're pretty proud, or I guess I am, that we're going to end up in the top 10 in points in the light unlimited, the mod, and the unlimited. I think that's pretty cool. But yeah, so sandwich is it, and that's going to depend on our field work, really. We're planning on going to sandwich, but we're close to going to field. There was a low corn picked around here today. It was in the 30s, low 30s, but ADM, Decatur, ADM home base is right up the road from us, 30 miles, and so they're begging for corn. So they're slinging some drying deals and shrink deals and things like that, and some heavy bases. So as long as we're under control, we've had some rain. We're going to pick some corn probably the end of the week, but we won't be setting the world on fire. So I'm hoping we can go up to sandwich. Sandwich is a really nice fair. The track could always be so there, but they've hauled some dirt in, and they've really worked hard to try to get that a better deal. And it's pretty cool for us to go up there and run on a Saturday at noon and then turn around and run Saturday night. So it's only 3 hours for us. So I'm sure hoping we can make that work. We can, even if we fly up there in the morning and pull and then drive back that night if we have to. But that's our plan.
Craig, do you know CJ Gratzik or whatever? Do you know that name?
Yeah, I know CJ real well. Yep.
He said, I would rather Ashley be talking.
I'm sure he would. CJ is a really good friend, and Richardson's, I've got to give a shout out to them. Not many people know this, but because of David and Chase and CJ, their whole crew, we are renting the screw blowers from them. This was a late one night after many beers. They talked me into putting screw blowers back on our tractor to go to Chapel Hill and to run them as we did. So it because of them and because of our late night with a lot of influence is why it's been fun, but it's been a lot of work. But yeah, CJ is great. He's got a really nice piece underneath him there, and he's doing a better job all the time. It's like anything else. Lap time helps you drive, and he's doing a really good job in there. And I sure hope those guys can pull out this championship deal. I mean, I'm so happy for them and David for the job they've been doing. I mean, there's some guys that have just beat their heads against the wall and worked their butts off on tractors and two-wheel drives and now minis through the years here. And David's tractor now in the big unlimited deal is really coming into its own. They're finding the gear that's right with the engine tune-up, and that thing is on a mission. And I sure hope that they can keep that going and maybe get a points deal next year with that deal. But in the short term, Chase and I were talking. He said he's got a 2-point lead over Vinny going into Wasion, but really, in reality, it's a 1-point lead because Vinny owns the tiebreaker. So, man, I just would really hope those guys can pull that off. But yeah, CJ's great. He's always giving me a bunch of crap all the time, so it's all good.
Awesome. Well, Craig, thanks for coming on. You have a good night, buddy.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Hey,
that's what makes it fun.
You're not that far from me. We're getting the off season. I want to come over and do a live show at your place.
Sure. We can come up. You can see what's going on in the shop with the tractor. Most people know we're building this truck for Ash to drive, and I don't even care if we take it to Bowling Green next year. But I really miss in the two-wheel drive deal on all the pulls we have here in Illinois. I mean, ITPA does such a good job, and we got a ton of two-wheel drive hooks there within a 100-mile radius of our house. And I miss that. I miss going and just hooking with Jeremy and Misty and Jared and Dale and Jared Steckler, all the people and Austin's, all the people in Illinois that are really our roots of pulling, that we can go and pull, and we all kick each other's butt, but we all help each other, and we all drink beer afterwards, and the kids are all the same ages, and they all play together, and everybody else is coders, and having a big time, and some pulls we go to and we stay all night, and some pulls we go home and I miss that. So that's our goal is to get back to that with the two-wheel drive thing. So yeah, come on up. We'll show you the progress on the truck. The truck's actually not far. I was hoping to have it at BG. Didn't happen, but that's okay. We got plenty going on in the shop. We got the one shop kind of dedicated to the pulling stuff now. So you're always more than welcome, man. Come on up. We'll talk about it.
Awesome.
Cool. Thanks, Craig. Have a good night, buddy.
Okay, thanks, guys. Thanks for
Thanks,
everything you
Craig.
guys do.
See you, buddy.
See ya.
Okay, Travis, this all started with a finger, so I'm just going to say. So, Trav, you know how much I love diesel supers and the importance of that class at the Grand National level. How have you felt the numbers have been this year, maybe compared in the past? And what are you hearing about like future builds for the class or guys doing that stuff?
I think at the beginning of the year, I was real happy with where we were, but just like everything, and in the diesel supers and everybody knows it, we are pushing everything to the limit. And,
Amen.
So as you've seen, we started dropping tractors and, we lost Esden's, we lost one of his. Well, I don't blame Esden with what he's got going on and everything. He's just like, he kind of pulled the reins back. And Roger Peterson, he's been out and back due to breakage, and so, it's been tough. I hope we get 5 or 6 out there at Hoopton. I'm pretty confident that, me and Rooster will be there, Beck and Burge. I talked to Blake Gray boys the other day. They didn't know they're busy farming. They finally got rain. So they're busy farming, and we all got to respect that at some point you got to stay home and make money, to fund these things. So I don't know what we'll have. I'm afraid Hoopston's going to be our smallest class, but the Olden boys are finally getting their stuff going. And they were going to have 2. Now they're down to 1. I think Drew told me he sold his. And Darren's got, his running out there, and he's been out the last couple of rounds making it. So, Bowling Green, we had good numbers. I think we have 15, I think, first night, but then we lost 3. So it's just, we're pushing. I mean, everything is to the extreme, and that's the name of the game. But, I think we're doing all right. We just got to keep going and get everybody to rebuild over the winter and see what happens and go at it again next year.
Well, that's fair enough. Congrats on the ring. That's so cool that you did that, Travis. And so cool that you're from, you're the mayor of Marengo, Iowa. That means a lot to me. So.
Yeah, I stick to the city council. The mayor ain't got no power. He don't get no votes. See, so I want to be somebody I can vote. So I got a little pull, not very much pull. I'm only 20%. 1 of 5. I tell them that's the way. But so no, that's good. Yeah, in the ring, it's a lot of people around here. It was funny. I went to our hometown. Our Marengo Super Nationals was the last weekend there, and I of course did my announcing thing there. Tom Quinlan helped me announce. That was awesome. So that he come back, and a lot of people are there. They just didn't understand. What is the ring and how does that work? And then once you explain it to them, they're like, "Oh, that is super cool." So yeah, it's quite a deal to, it's an honor to do that. And Jason, where Marengo, Iowa is. We all know, and 10 years ago, if I'd have said I was going to go to Bowling Green, Ohio, and I'm going to dominate that class for 2 events and win the ring, but yeah, just to come out and do what we did was absolutely amazing. So yeah.
What's left for you then? You have Hoopston and then Sandwich, or Hoopston? How's it work for you?
Hoopston this Friday, Saturday, and then we go to Sandwich Saturday noon, Saturday night. And
Sandwich is where when did you blow up the motor in the afternoon session? You couldn't make the night session.
That was the year you just seen that motor change in Bowling Green. I left there, and we pulled the head bolt right out of the head in Sandwich, Illinois at noon. I had a spare motor in the trailer, but I had so much trouble that year. I'm not even afraid to tell you, right? That was Bowling Green right there. I mean, we changed the motor in a parking lot, and we had just done nothing but beat our heads against the wall. And at Sandwich, I had that spare motor sold, and I just threw the towel in. I couldn't do it no more. I just said enough's enough, threw the towel in, and I woke up the next morning so mad at myself. So yeah, I just, that's the way it was. But it takes a lot to go all season, and we got a 4-point lead. You know, we went into Bowling Green with a 4-point lead. We came out of Bowling Green with a 4-point lead. You know, that's how tough our class is. You know, I went into Fort Recovery, Ohio. I think I had a 6-point, 7-point lead there. Drove out of bounds. Still had a 1-point lead. Then won the second night.
Okay.
So I mean, that's what got me into the 4-point lead. You know, we went into Napoleon. We won the class, but blew the motor up. So we have had an exceptional Dodge City, Kansas. Flywheel bolts come out, couldn't get it off the line. We got dead last. You know, next night won the class. So I've had a really good year. I keep telling all my competitors that I want them to come play. So I get a lead, then I come back and bring them back. You know, I lose my lead just to play with them. But I think they know I'm full of shit too. So you know that.
I love it.
So, yeah, and Rooster's tough, you know, Kent and Sandy, and you know what? We're all, you know, I told somebody the other day, you know, it's. Well, I think the top 4 is me, Rooster, Mike Beck, and Steve Burge. I don't care out of all 4 of us. Everybody works equal hard. We all put the time and the effort into it. So, I said before, I hate points racing. I hate the points. So I'm just going to go tractor pull and let the points count themselves.
I love it. And you've been saying that for years, and you've always been a cheerleader for your class, Travis, and that's what it needs.
Yeah. We all share parts. We try to share information. We all, you know, whatever we're breaking, you know, we get the word out. I mean, when I broke that piston, I sent that picture to Kent Payne, Steve Burge, Blake Graves, you know, Mike Beck. I sent that picture to all of them. This is what we broke. So keep an eye out, you know, because we don't need anybody to do it, you know. It's just it's a tough deal. So
how was the Marengo Super National Saturday night?
It was awesome. We had I think 76, 78 hooks counted. We had Profabs come down and run their 2 trucks.
Oh, nice.
Mark Mangan come down and run. Anna Mangan, I don't know if you guys probably don't know Anna. That Abby typically runs the other truck. That's Mark's daughter. Anna's younger is Mark's youngest daughter. She come down and made her debut pass. Rock star. I mean, she backed that truck right into the sled. I figured on a 4-wheel drive she'd have the rear tires completely off the ground. She did not, and she took off and made a good pass. So that was fun to see the 4-wheel, them, you know, NTPA 4-wheel drive trucks at our hometown pole. So we had a good hook, good class. I think it's the first time in 6 or 8 years we haven't had rain on Friday or Saturday. So we had a good track, and everything went real well. ECI did a nice job there. We were done in 4 hours.
Nice.
So, yeah, I was real happy there.
Nice. Well, Travis, good luck the rest of the season. Obviously, we know all of us will be watching you intently, and maybe we'll have you back on in a couple weeks, and we'll just see. I'm not going to say anything. Just good luck, buddy.
Don't say it.
Guys, thanks. I enjoy listening every Monday when I can. So thank you guys for the effort you put into this. So
thank you. It's kind of cool when Grand National Pullers watch us. I'm not going to lie. So,
yeah.
Kind of cool.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Trav. Have a good night.
Take care.
Yeah.
That's what I love about our show, guys. You just never know who's going to come on. So,
I mean, yeah.
we're kind of a couple big names.
They just start commenting, and you're like, "Hey, they're watching. That's cool."
I do. No, I get giddy. I get giddy as Jerry Setter did when he saw Esden Lane and Wisner. When I see like big Champions Tour or big time pullers, guys that they're my heroes. I mean, I look up to them. You know what I mean? It's cool. So.
Yep.
Did you see a video of the tile plow making a bass?
Yes.
Yeah, that was on our page, wasn't it?
Yes.
Did somebody post it on there?
Yep.
Yep.
Out of
I'll show that
Minnesota.
later. Craig said he sent a picture, but I haven't seen it yet.
I haven't. I looked. I couldn't find it either.
I'll find it later. That was cool. Chris Krobigger says, "Thanks, Craig." Yeah. No, I mean these are your pulling heroes, and you get to see them sitting in their kitchen. And Schlabaugh, hell, we probably woke him up. Worked all day. He's a plumber, going hard. You know what I'm saying? So, going hard. Well, everybody gets their last minute of fame, and we're wrapping this baby up. Cody, what's going on the next couple weeks for you? Where can we see Vanderholm Media?
I actually have a wedding to shoot this weekend, and then it's off to Spencer, Iowa. for the Outlaws last hook, and then it's another wedding to attend, and then it's my sister's wedding. So it's kind of like the month of weddings for me.
Well, that's okay. We can. That's what's good about live streams. You can still see it, right? So
yeah.
Charles.
Up north at Onaway with Canadians, the Crazy Canadians. Hopefully they come, and then Napanee Apple Fest the week after that, and then, gosh, I think the week after that I'll be in Florida with OGSS drag racing again.
Okay, cool. Travis, did you want to come back on? Oh no, he didn't want to come back on. Okay. I thought he had something to say there. So, Big Rye.
First things first. Shout out to Highland. You guys, Dave Gates, Brandon Bodenstein, and I know you guys had an army of volunteers. Ryan Poppy, I know you were in there too. They put on a heck of a show. They got 5 inches of rain the 2 days prior to showtime, and somehow or another, they still managed to have a track. It was a little squishy for a little bit, but we had a good afternoon of sun, and it tightened up a little bit, and great show. Big crowd. Big props to those guys for addressing a safety concern that we had last year. Last year it was, everybody was kind of pressed up against the track. Everyone was excited to be pulling again, and everyone was there. And we all know that's not safe. And even though we know we shouldn't do it, we do, because our emotions get the better of us. Dave and Brandon and Ryan took that to heart, and they were damn sure not going to let that happen this time around. They had the entire track plus was all fenced off. The crowd still got to have a great viewpoint, but it wasn't an unsafe situation. And we had great competition. Gary Brinkmeyer, or the I forget who was driving. I don't think it was Gary. But drove the wheels off that Pro Stock and took home a win, which was cool. And yeah, great time. It was a great show. Had a lot of fun.
Do you have any plans next couple weeks? What are you thinking you're going to do?
I'm still not sure what's going to happen this weekend because I'm an idiot and I can't read a calendar. And I thought Unionville was Friday, and Unionville's not. So I have to figure out what I'm going to do. Yaron is putting the hard sell on me, just like Doug and Colin, to come up to Ridgeland. Not sure whether that's going to happen or not. She who must be obeyed might have something to say about that. So we'll see.
She who must be obeyed. That's awesome. Her name's Tara, everybody, by the way.
Yes. Or as one of my good buddies, Chris, puts it, wife.gov.
Wife.gov. I like that.
The wife in chief.
That's going to be a new T-shirt, actually. I'm going to get on that right now. Wife.gov.
What, wife.gov or she who must be obeyed?
Wife.gov.
My mom has a she who must be obeyed shirt, so that one's been done.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't think wife.gov has been. So shout out to Higgins. You're my
Lisa.
boy, Lou.
Lisa, I like this. I need to get to Ohio yet, too, this year.
Lisa, that's a long drive. We'll see. But the weekend after, I will be hanging with the Shacklefords in Warrensburg on Friday night, and then go hang with Ken and Trish Summers, and go to Buckner on the 11th. I know I won't see most of you guys there, maybe any of you, because I think Cody's shooting a wedding. But it was it's going to be a great weekend.
Jared Brinkmeyer was driving. Ryan, Jared
Right.
Brinkmeyer was driving Saturday night.
Yeah, he drove the wheels off of it.
He beat Coetzee by 1 inch.
Yes. Actually, it was less than that. I think it was like 0.07 of an inch.
Yeah, it was. You're right. I could do math.
That's
Lemke was
the width. That's like the diameter of the steel used in a big paper clip. Like that close. It's insane.
come to Hoopston, Illinois, hanging Anderson's bar again. Come on, Ryan.
Oh, that's, Anderson's
Danner,
got a
if you
nice
want
bar.
roost stick, just do this. Make it rain. Make it rain, Danner. Make
There
it
we
rain.
go. There
He
we
likes
go.
cheese curd, brisket, and cash. Just in that order. You don't get to be Roos's size by not liking brisket and cheese curd, right, Roos?
That's yes. That,
Yes.
And having a wife who is an unbelievable cook.
Yep.
So and then after that, Nash Vegas.
Spencer.
Nash Vegas and Spencer. And somehow or another, we need to figure out how to get Thurston from Nash Vegas to Spencer. Because
I can get him to Spencer. I just don't want to take him back.
Well, no, and that's fine. I think what we might end up doing is if he's cleared to travel, Jerry, before I forget, I do need to talk to you. Holler at me sometime this week, would you?
I like how he spells Big Rye. I might start that. I like that.
If we can get him, if we can get him to Spencer, I can bring him back and he can crash at my house on Sunday night. And then he was talking about maybe renting a car and driving home. And there's an Enterprise right by my office. So I can drop him there and he can get a car and go. So we are very hopeful that the doctor will clear him to travel and shoot and all that again.
Good.
So he is healing, but it is taking some time.
Lisa Jostock says she's worth it. Laugh out loud. So
She puts her visor down. That's all I'll say about that.
Put your visor down. Who's coming to Wheatland?
Love you, Lisa.
Paul.
Sunday we are having the Sigel Nationals, I guess it is. So my son goes and Misty's kids go to a little private Catholic school in a town of about, I don't know, 500-600 people. They have a tractor pull every Labor Day, the Sunday before Labor Day. It's just a lot of local classes, antiques, and some open farm stock or open hot farm type stuff. But I have to man the hamburger stand for a while, so they're going to let me cook food for others, which we'll see how that goes. So we'll be there Sunday, and I'm considering Hoopston is really not that far. I would really like to go up and watch the Diesel Supers run. So considering going up there Friday and Saturday, or one or the other. And then the following weekend, don't have anything going on. And then we're preparing for Nash Vegas. So 17th and 18th, I'll get a flyer up. There's been a lot of additions to the purses. Brad Holzauer has added a lot of his own money to juice these classes and get the trucks and the tractors there. So I'll get an updated list on that. I've got to make some trophies for those as well. I'm in the process of getting that designed. So I'll be looking for some posts about those. But yeah, all in prep for Nashville. And then we'll see. We talked about maybe making the trip out to Wheatland, if nothing else, just to watch. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, our season, as far as our tractor goes, we have one more hook, I believe, Sunday, which we will not be able to attend. So I think the year for us is pretty well over with as far as that goes. So we're talking about what we're going to do over the winter. And that's about it.
Edgar's checking in for Mexico. That's kind of cool. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
Jerry Center says free mango slushies both nights.
Ooh, at Nashville. Watch out. Don't drink too many of them.
There's no alcohol in those.
None whatsoever.
No, not with Jer. No.
I thought that once.
Yep.
Just once.
Hey, photographers, thank you for participating in Awkward Selfie Day. Some of those were hysterical.
That's good.
Did you catch the one that Jesse Post put up?
Yes, of the back of both your heads.
Yeah.
That was funny. I love getting him in on this stuff because he's got that wicked sense of humor that he doesn't let it slip too often, but when he does, it's usually worth paying attention to. It's pretty funny.
Yeah. When he lets his zinger out, it's a good one.
Yeah.
He said, "Oh yes, awkward selfies unite."
Yes.
That was great. I love it. That's good stuff.
Hey, photographers also, I'm throwing out a challenge right now. Throw out something black and white one of these days. Huh?
Huh?
Get with the program.
Challenge accepted.
Good. I know Cody. Cody's already just kind of grinning because he's got like a dozen in the hopper ready to go.
Pretty much.
Don't think I can't match that. So
Your niche is kind of selective color.
I don't know. Maybe selective color and black and white are they're kind of my jam.
Nick, black and white photos. That's what Roos is doing. So get on it.
That's what we want to do. I want to see a black and white photo from every polling photographer this week.
Is
Of
Jason
track
Schultz
stuff.
included in that?
I'm not a polling photographer. Cody
Yes,
did take
you
my
are.
camera.
I don't know.
Cody did take my camera and tell me, and I forgot everything he told me. But something about shooting in the daylight and shutter speed, and it was like, and one in one ear, not the other. But he did set up for the Iowa State Fair during the day, and I did. Some of the pictures turned out better, so I appreciate that.
It's kind of how Gerbach reacts when I start talking about it.
Oh
Yeah.
God, those are some of the funniest things I've ever seen. Is his reactions to when you and I start talking photography.
Black and white video, Built Diesel Mafia, taking it to the new level.
Yep,
That'd be pretty cool.
throwing it down.
Throwing it down.
We'll watch his head explode when next week I issue the selective color challenge.
Select the color challenge.
I
Yeah, that
think-
might be a little tougher, Big Ray. So
We could do the black and white photo drop on TikTok. That'd work.
We could do that.
hey, Rye, you're new. You have to spell your name like Rye Whiskey now for the rest of your life when it's Big Rye. It's Big Rye. Like that's how
Really?
Gare did it. Okay.
I saw that.
And on your crew shirt next year, it will say Big Rye like that. So
You gonna put a bottle next to my name too?
RYE.
well, my goal is for 6B to have stuff done more than 6 months out. So if I order them in January, hey, and my fire suit's coming this week, guys.
Good,
Allegedly.
just in time.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Just in time.
I want you
Nope,
to
it's
wear
under a rack somewhere in the FedEx Center.
Attaboy, Brian.
He's got plenty of time. Yeah, what the hell you been doing, Thurston? Watching soap operas?
No, he's been watching live streams.
Yeah.
Girl.
There's Andy.
Gerba.
That's actually pretty tame for Andy. I thought it was going to be
Really
way
tame.
more.
I kind of agree with what he's saying. You guys are talking about selective colors and black and whites and shutter speeds. I'm like, what in the hell? A bunch of nerds.
Oh,
Picture
Garth
nerds.
Brooks is awesome. That should get him off to on a tangent. Andy, will you come and do this show with us, please? Once.
You know,
Does he have internet?
just because of him, I'm going to do a black and white of a diesel truck.
Yeah, yes. And a flat bill.
Yeah.
And we can find that. I've got lots of that stuff.
Uh-huh.
UCC.
Oh, here comes Andy. Here comes the real Andy.
Here he
Bum,
comes.
bum, bum, bum.
There we go. Andy, the invite is open. Think about it. We would love to have you do the show with us. It would truly be a blast.
Just for
That's
that, I'm
Andy.
coming down to your house, Andy. We're going to do the show from your place.
There we go.
Unfiltered.
Well,
Okay,
Andy
shutter
doesn't
speed,
have a filter.
ISO,
He
frame
threw it
rate.
away
Okay.
a long time ago.
I hate to say where I'm going next because this is the last time my tractor burnt 4 pistons when I said I was going here. But right now, Mineral Point Thursday night, that's literally like 8 miles from where my tractor lives at Tony's shop. There's a tri-state pull. Charles, we do like a super pro class, so I'm probably going to have to pull against like alcohol supers and diesel supers.
No
I
problem.
get away 95, they get away 8,000, but
Yeah.
I want to go pulling, and I don't care. And that's usually a good track there in Mineral Point. I want to support tri-state. Friday night, then I'm going to take the truck up to Johnson Hill Customs. It's going to go from a 1-stack Mac to a 2-stack KW again.
With air.
What? With air. Yep, with
With
air. And we're putting the lights on it and stuff, all the cool things that I had ordered that we didn't get on it yet.
Chicken lights.
Are
Where
we
you
putting
at?
miter cuts on it?
That's this winter. I'm just getting the tips put on right for now.
Gotcha.
So, but there's plans for this winter, I promise.
Nice.
And then Saturday night, I'm gonna go to Jim Falls, Wisconsin. It's
Speaking-
called some Sturgeon Fest or something.
Hey, while you're still talking about your truck, speaking for a friend, maybe consider a diesel generator. Just saying.
They didn't have them when I went looking.
Okay, well, they might have them now. So just speaking for a friend.
I would imagine Holzhauer can find you one.
Do you
I bet
think
Brad can find one?
can you build a muffler for my gas generator, Paul? Would it quiet it down?
Kidding me? Hell yes, I can.
Huh?
It'll be
Wait,
billet,
we'll
and
make
it'll cost you
muffler,
$485,000.
nothing. muffler, nothing. We're about performance. We're putting a header on that bad boy.
I'm not that
Turbo
far
on
from I'm not that far from the Cummins place over here in Omaha. I mean, we could pick one up and bring it to you.
There you go.
No, my generator's very loud. Like I told Paul, it doesn't bother me, the trailer. It's the other people that are parked next to me. It's quite loud. But so.
I know someone that might second that.
Brett Shorefighty?
Probably.
He was nice. He didn't say much about it, so that was nice.
Well,
he came out Sunday morning smoking a cig, looking happy. So I figured, we're still friends.
Bush Light will help lower that volume.
Yeah, I understood.
It's like sleeping with a fan on, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's a loud fan.
Yeah.
Cody, it's a loud fan. Yeah, so I'll be in Jim Falls Saturday night. It's a Sturgeon Fest. Looks like a lot of fun. Like I've seen pretty good crowds there on the pictures in the past. And then Sunday's Ridgeland. And I took the tractor up there a couple years ago because my sponsor wanted it on display. They did not have a motor in it at the time, but we still took it up there. And I had an absolute blast. That's where Esden Lane grabbed me about 3:30 in the morning and says, Schultz, we're going to the campgrounds. And I said, Esden, it's 3:30 in the morning. And he looked at me and says, we're not going to bed until the sun comes up. And when you go through the campgrounds with Esden Lane, you don't pay for anything. Like nothing. Like whatever you want. They give you your third wives and third cousins because it's Esden Lane. And he's a good dude. And he's going to be there again this year. And I'm super looking forward to a fun Labor Day weekend. I hope the weather works out for us. So, and then the following weekend, so Casson, Minnesota is that big truck show. So Doug Borth got me into the truck show Friday, and they're going to let me roll the tractor out and put it on display. So that's going to be good for pulling. And then Saturday night, we're going to go to Marshfield, Wisconsin for the Alan Baird Memorial Pull. And then the following weekend is Nash Vegas for slushies and smoothies with that Jerry Sitter guy. And then Spencer, Iowa. And then I got to figure out the Fall Nationals weekend. I have a realtor up in Barron, Rice Lake, Wisconsin that has an event. He's having a truck show, and he's going to run my class. And realtors are very important to me, guys, as a mortgage lender. So I'm probably going to head that way. So, but that's all I got. So I'm going to play some videos from Shides. I got some of the Pro Stocks and 401s. I think I got Shorefighty's tractor up first because he was nice to me all weekend. Paul, thanks for all your help. I really appreciate you a lot.
No problem. It was fun.
Guys, anything else?
No, we're only 52 minutes over.
Okay, that's not bad.
Not bad. It's not
Good night, guys.
See ya.
See you, buddy.
Back at those hours in Nashville, Illinois, the Southern Illinois Showdown. Here he comes, is she gone? 4.1, Shorefighty. Spencer in right there. Our current lead is 3:27.47. Mark Wells. Chris Miller. Money on black, Brad Moss at Deerville, Kentucky. Loud and loaded on our 10,000-pound Pro Stock tractors. Distance in the book, draw up full stock side. 0.25. Here comes Loud and Heavy. Brandon Simon, Farley, Iowa. Top spot.
Tired of competing with other mortgage brokers for business? Instead of worrying about speed to lead, you can focus on
the Vanguard Motorsports sled. Green flag for our track officials from Topeka, Indiana. Extra mother, Russ Yoder. Minneapolis Moline G 1355. Spins her in right there. All right, here comes the Tinker Toy from the Masterson Farms, Grandview, Indiana. Kevin Masterson. Tinker Toy on the Vanguard Motorsports sled. Green flag from our track officials. From Solon, Indiana, the Buck Eater 2. Mickey Shorter. Folks, that is exactly why we have you stay off the concrete barrier. Right like there for Mickey Shorter. On the Vanguard Motorsports sled, green flag from our track officials. From Solon, Indiana, the Buck Eater 2.